How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Hardware, and also to our first look at the brand new RTX 3060 Ti. And the first one we have here in the studio is the Gigabyte Gaming. It has a longer name, Gigabyte OC Pro 8GB Gaming. There we go. So this is again our first RTX 3060 Ti here in the studio, and I'm really looking forward to checking these cards out because from all of the specs and the rumors and everything that we've seen so far, this is going to be a beast of a card. So it firstly has 8 gigs of memory, which is on par with the 3070, which they should have increased the 3070 more. So I think this is going to be just a perfect mid-range card. We're going to have enough VRAM for everything. But from all of the specs and everything that we've seen so far is that the card should be on par with a 2080 Super, which is not a bad card. So for around $400, that is going to be a steal. If they're stock, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure if there's going to be stock. Probably not. AMD just unveiled their new cards. There's no stock at all. So it's just a horrible year for tech in general, for the world in general. But anyway, let's quickly take a look at the Gaming OC Pro 8GB and see how it looks like, because we have taken a look at the 3070 and the 3080 gamings from Gigabyte. So this is going to be our 3060 one. So you get the standard black box inside, quick start guide there, and then just the card. Very, very simple. Is there no stuff hiding? Nope. It's just normal. Kind of disappointing, but I mean, you pay for the card, you don't pay really for the other stuff. So let's quickly put that out of the way. And then let's get this bad boy out. Now I'm expecting, from everything I've seen so far, it to look exactly like the 3070 really. So let's take a look at the bottom first, and then the top. And it looks pretty much exactly the same. I wonder if it's a bit shorter. No, I think it's honestly exactly the same length. Because you still have a 6 and an 8 pin here, and the 3080 had the dual 8 pins. So I think it's the exact same length. Now the 3070 that we took a look at was more compact really compared to some of the other cards anyway, than some of the other brands. So this is going to be a nice smaller card for your system. So if you do have a smaller case, you don't have a lot of space, then this would actually be a very nice fit in there. We just did a mini ITX build as well, where we use the 3070 Gigabyte Gaming, and it fitted in there pretty nicely without any issues because it was the Coolmotor NR200P, I believe. And then afterwards we installed the Vision RTX 3080, and that kind of struggled to fit inside. So this is going to be a lot more compact for smaller systems. But anyway, so you first get your 3 fans, which these 2 are running counterclockwise, and this one is clockwise, I believe. That's one way or the other. The middle fan is the opposite towards the other 2. Still get the same gray, light and dark gray finish here. It's still a mostly plastic. Yeah, it's plastic top shroud. So yeah, it's possibly not going to be for everybody, but it does look nice and neat at least. So here on the side you'll get your Gigabyte logo, and then your RGB strip there that does light up. So you'll have some RGB. I have seen that nobody really goes too crazy with RGB in the new cards. I honestly wish that Gigabyte stuck with the same design that they had on like the 1080s, the 10 series, and also like the 20 series, roughly there, because the Aorus cards especially, because those looked really nice, whereas the new ones, they're okay. But anyway, let's quickly move towards the side again. So you do get an 8 plus a 6-pin power connector that will draw, I believe, around 200 watts from everything that I've seen so far. So definitely not going to be that much, and you'll be able to get it right with like a 600 watt power supply. Possibly not 600 watt, maybe 550. But yeah, I'd recommend at least a nice rated 600 watt power supply. So the cooling isn't really that big as well. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's not a lot of radiator fins here, so I'm wondering about the cooling, but it should be fine. Like even on the previous cars that we saw, it didn't get that hot, so I believe it should be fine. On the back here, you get the exact same silver backplate, which is aluminum, I believe. But it's nice and it's a metal shroud almost. So that kind of helps with heat, not really, but it looks nice and neat. Yeah, on the back you do still again get your air pass through. I still don't really like that you do have the cables here. I wish that they actually neatly hit the cables, because it goes from there, so the board is actually really short. So I'm waiting for somebody to make like a very short version, but the cables is kind of a bit distracting, especially if you don't vertically mount your GPU. That's gonna look nice, but if you do put it down, you are gonna see that if you do look from the top. So that is unfortunate, but it does have enough cooling here, so that shouldn't be fine. And again, it's probably gonna be the exact same cooler from the 3070, which was a 300 watt card, I believe. So yeah, the cooling should honestly be completely fine. Here on the side, you just get your standard sharp edge, again, like we did see on the other cards as well. Now for your I/O, you do get a display port, a HDMI, a display port, and then another HDMI. And I believe these HDMIs should again still be the HDMI 2.1, so you'll be able to play 8K at 60 FPS. Not that you would actually be able to do that, but maybe if you overclock the card like stupid amounts, no, still won't work. But yeah, so far it looks like a nice compact card. I do like that you do get two display ports and two HDMIs. I still use HDMI quite a lot, and then also some of my monitors use display ports, so or if I have adapters, then that's going to help out with that. But yeah, that's just a quick look. You do also get your dual BIOS here. So your performance mode and then your quiet mode, which is just going to lower the clock speed somewhat so your card doesn't get as hot. So just that quiet mode that we see on most of these cards. All right, so that is pretty much it. Nice, basic, small, compact card. I do like it. It's not necessarily the best looking card, and it can actually stand up quite easily. Now again, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the gaming cards from Gigabyte. I think they kind of lack a bit on the design department, so, but it's the same thing with most of the new 3000 series cards. They kind of look a bit basic to me. So I wanted again the Aorus looking cards. Those ones for the 10 and the 20 series just looked amazing. So I wish they went back with that. Even, yeah, this isn't an Aorus card, a Gigabyte, but still. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it for my look at the Gigabyte. What's it again? The Gigabyte OC Pro 8 gig. I'm not sure how many versions they're going to have of these cards. There's just going to be the Pro versions, they're going to be the non-AC, and then the Pro, and I'm honestly not too sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my quick little unboxing, just so I can actually see how the card looks as well. But if you want to see the full review, again, check out the link in the video description. It will be there, so you can see how this baby performs against a bunch of the other cards as well. I'm honestly rooting for this card. I think this is probably going to be the best now bang for your buck. Was the 3070, but with the limited 8 gigs of memory on the 3070, and with this one actually having 8 gigs, I think that's going to be the perfect spot for 1440p gaming. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, share, comment like always, and then I'll check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.